All right, here we go. Hello, 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 everybody. It is me, Captain Energy. And I'm just in here messing around with my circuit tracks from Novation. This thing, I just love it. I mean, it's it's like DJing, but better because you have control over all the tracks and can do filter sweeps and well, that was pretty fun. So how you guys doing out there? I don't see anybody here yet. That's all right. That's okay. We will get there. People will show up eventually. And right now, we're just going to continue on my music making journey. Let's see if this is showing up in here because it should be. Control surfaces. Circuit rhythm, circuit tracks. Looks like you're both there. Let's see if you're both actually working. Just drop a synth in here for a minute. And that's a yes, and a little louder than I anticipated. So yeah, if anybody is tuning in for the first time, I am Captain Energy. I am a music producer and remixer from the Harrisburg, Pennsylvania area at this point in my life. I am originally from Boston. Been doing music for about, I guess 40 years now, since I was a child. But yeah, I've played a lot of different instruments. Primarily at this point, I play keyboards, but if you have notice in the background that I have guitars and dulcimers and some other instruments in the background, I do play those also. Really enjoy the dulcimer, actually, which is kind of a really unique kind of instrument. And there are actually, whenever I say I play the dulcimer, there are many kinds of dulcimer. There's a dulcimer that is a hammer dulcimer, which you play sort of like a xylophone or that type of thing, kalimba or some kind of deal. That is not the one I play. There's also what they call a mountain dulcimer, which a mountain dulcimer you play on your lap and you kind of chord it and you play it like sliding up and down a neck. And I don't play that one either, actually. It's kind of funny. But the third kind of dulcimer is one that comes in sort of a guitar format. It's tuned in diatonic scale, DAD. It's a pretty cool instrument. And the one I have is made by Siegel. It's called a Merlin. They are quite nice. I really love the sound of them. I'd give them if I were to describe the sound of my dulcimer, I have two. One is a G-tuned, and the other one is D-tuned. The D-tune one, DAD, is that one is made of, I believe it's made of birch. It's extremely bright sounding, and it's like really crisp, and I love that. It kind of sounds almost banjo-y. And the other one is made of, I think it's maple, I'm not sure, but whatever it is, it's a thicker tone, like a creamier kind of sound to it. So yeah, it's enough about the dulcimers, but they're both really cool instruments, and I play pretty much a lot of different kinds of music also. I mean, from folk music to, Christian, to rock, to electronic and techno. You name it, pretty much I've played that kind of music, and I will probably play more before I'm done. You know what I mean? Yeah. So my primary DAWs are Reason and Cubase. And right now I'm on Reason 12 and Cubase 11. I believe it's 11. It's 11. 11 and a half has not shown yet. We're actually, fingers crossed, it's coming out shortly. I'm not sure what the differences are going to be. I just get excited for new versions. I don't know if it's going to be something that makes me go, ooh, I need that new version, or if it's going to be something that's just like yeah, whatever. I mean, I'll probably upgrade to it regardless of whether it's mind-blowing or not, because I'm just that guy. I'm that guy who tries to have the most recent version of my music software at all times, because I just do. And that's one of the things I'm torn about a lot with these subscription plans. On the plus side of the subscription plans, you get the latest version. I mean, and I'm talking like sometimes bleeding edge versions where it's not even fully ready for public consumption yet. In some cases, but in other cases, you sometimes on those subscription plans, if you constantly download the latest updates, you end up. Like, I was doing the one with Adobe, who, by the way, I'm not saying anything bad about Adobe. Directly anyway, but I am tired of contributing to their cause, and I have found that all of their products have been replaceable by products at a better cost and equal level of features. So there are quite a few products out there, namely one of the primary products I've been using to replace Illustrator, Photoshop, and InDesign are made by a company called Affinity. And Affinity has been amazing. I mean, I just think their products are fantastic. I've been using them for all my thumbnails for the past few months. And just anything I've needed to do graphically to really get acclimated to their products. I said, you know what, I'm gonna step out of my comfort zone. Adobe is my comfort zone per se. And I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna step out of it and I'm gonna start using products that do the same thing and cost less, because I need to figure a way to save some money, because, at $60 a month, $720 a year or $50 a month, $600 a year. That's quite a bit of change, you know what I mean? And for a product that I don't really feel I'm getting a lot of value out of, that I could buy a product that could do the same thing for less money. Even Premiere, which I was using a lot for my videos, I've stepped down to Caden Live, which is an open source video editing tool. And Caden Live has given me all the features I really need to make videos. I can edit, chop, do all the things, do little animation bits and whatever, transforms, fades, and all the basics of video editing are there. And then the rest is up to you. Also, I'm a developer, and Caden Live is Python based. So if there's something I really need, chances are someone has developed it, or I can develop it myself and give it back to the community. And that's just fantastic. OBS, again, another free tool. The only thing that I'm really, the only thing I'm really going to miss from them is a tool that they've went and messed up beyond repair anyway, and that tool is Flash. Flash is dead. Long live Animate until it dies, because everybody who I know who's using Animate thinks it is time for Animate to retire. They have thoroughly jacked it up to the point that it is, we need to basically, I feel like they need to start completely over. They've tried to band-aid this thing so many times that right now, if it were a mummy, it would be the size of Connecticut. With all the bandages they've put on this thing. And all because, sorry, Steve Jobs, I know you shouldn't talk bad about the dead, but if Steve Jobs had just zipped his lip about Flash back in the day and kept his opinions to himself, I think that Flash would have altered, changed, and become more of a viable tool. Eventually, it would have taken a little more time, but I think they would have gotten there. Instead, he drove the giant stake into the coffin and caused the product to die. And when in Adobe, that was the only thing that was great about Macromedia before Adobe bought them, was that they really replied to their people, really responded. And I just knew when Adobe got their hands on Macromedia, things were not going to go super great. And I do wish, to some degree, that he drove... Sorry. Just checking my stream on another machine here. I apologize. Be sure it's going. But basically, he just really screwed it over for the rest of us. Pardon my language. But, and now Adobe Animate's gone. The only tool I can't replace completely is After Effects. And even Adobe Experience Designer, it's good, but it's not that good. So, whatever. I'm actually thinking of writing a tool myself for that purpose, something that I can use on my own and make open source for everyone to use, to be able to do mock-ups and designs, because I think Experience Designer is nice, but very limited in what it's good for. It doesn't do, it's as good as you want it to be, I guess, but it's not great. And the functionality is easily, can easily be replicated using just HTML. So, I think we could build a tool, or I could build a tool that would replace it and export HTML documents that could easily be shared and tested with people. Anyway, back to music, because that was like way off into the weeds there with my my outside life. So last week, if you were here, you knew that I got myself a Circuit Rhythm, which I love this thing. It's just fantastic. It's an 8-track sampler, and it the monophonic tracks. Actually, we just heard that wasn't actually the circuit rhythm. Sorry, I forgot I have it hooked up to Reason right now as a controller also, and it's playing my Thor. So, but it's just so you can see, it actually does. It works as a controller for Reason. It also has 8 individual tracks on it, and I have had such a blast taking this thing around with me, and just making music everywhere. That's kind of like a thing, I feel like. Make music everywhere, just run around, and you can, bring this with you and create music, pick up a few samples here or there. I actually ordered a cable from Amazon yesterday, because I needed something that would do 1/8 inch jack to 1/4 inch jacks, so I could bring samples in from something else. Like, mainly I'm thinking my iPhone, because I have the little dongle there that does a headphone jack off of it. So I was thinking of taking my iPhone around with me and picking up some sounds, kind of field recording with it, if you would, and bringing those back and to my circuit rhythm. And instead of dumping them over, because the process of getting samples in here, yes, you can save those sounds off, and you can import them through a PC or whatever over USB. I have not seen yet, and I'm going to look into this, and if it's not there, this might be an opportunity also for another tool for Novation to create, or for maybe me to create, or someone else to create. But an iPhone sample, I'll say, gathering tool, something that you could record samples into, and then hook a USB cable up to it, to the Novation circuit rhythm, and be able to just plunk those into, like you can with their software already, but be able to plunk them into slots on the circuit rhythm. Maybe you can do it with their web tool. I'm not sure. I'll have to try that. I haven't tried that yet. It's good. That's a good thought, actually, that maybe the web tool would do it. Because if the web tool does it, the product might already kind of exist. Anyway, to be able to upload samples to this would be fantastic. Also, the other side of it is that the circuit tracks, though it is it's a great system here, it does not record its own samples. I'm just going to throw a external MIDI instrument on here. There we go. And that's fine. We'll send it there. That way there we go. Now we can actually hear all right. Because right now, there's no way to get samples into this unit other than to load them through software. So if there's a way to hook my phone to this unit, to the circuit tracks, on the go, I mean, I can do it with a notebook, of course, but that's kind of a pain, If I could do that with a notebook or a phone, what the functionality of the notebook, and be able to dump my stuff in there, that would be super helpful. Super handy, because then I would be able to just have everything on the go, be able to record samples, be able to edit samples, and create tracks with these units. Anyway, the circuit tracks I picked up because it has, aside from the fact that it's the circuit rhythm has the 8 sample tracks, the circuit this is confusing. The circuit rhythm has 8 sample tracks. The circuit tracks has 4 sample tracks and 64 samples, where the circuit rhythm has 128. But you can have 64 samples here. And you can have also 2 synthesizers, 6 voice polyphony synthesizers. And they sound really nice. There are presets on here. See if I can grab that preset right here. Yep. and it has the editor for this thing is great. You can really get in there and tweak these. Hey, how's it going, Secret? You can really tweak these sounds with the editor. The editor is real nice. I was a little shocked at how deep, honestly, this synth goes. For $400 for this unit, brand new, or as little as I've seen it going on the internet for as little as $300 on eBay used. It's only a few months old, so $300, that's pretty good savings. This unit is definitely, I'd say, one to watch, especially considering that so many synthesizers in this price category right now are coming out with a single voice and only monophonic capability. This thing has two tracks, two voices, and they're 6 voice polyphony per voice. Plus, it has the ability to create music DAWlessly, if you'd like, and it has 2 MIDI tracks, so you can hook up to 2 external other instruments. So I could hook up, for example, my my Uno Synth Pro, or maybe I want to hook up one of my Behringer synths. Maybe I want to hook up my my Korg knockoff there to this and use this to control it. I could do that. And then, of course, the last 4 tracks it's got 4 tracks for drums. So you could have everything right here: drum machine, your synthesizers, and 2 other pieces of gear. I don't know. This thing is I feel like, despite the fact that it's only a small, I'll call it a lower end piece of gear, per se, it's a strong contender for the DAWless community, I think. And especially if you do couple it with its little counterpart here, the Circuit Rhythm, this thing will really rock the house. You got 8 more tracks of samples, and the thing about the samples on the Circuit tracks, of course, is that they are callable but not pitchable, if you know what I'm saying. What I'm saying by that is that on the Circuit Rhythm, if I take a sample and I play it, I can pick, let's get a better one than that if I can find one. Here we go. Okay, we'll go with this. If I bring this in, I can, I can play that. Where on the Circuit tracks, you cannot play that sample. You can only play it as a sample. I can just, one pitch, whatever you record it at is what you got. You can, of course, tweak it with the pitch control, so you can play it, like tweak it so it plays high or whatever, but it's not playable on a keyboard. So that's kind of a downside. I've actually got a system that I'm working on. I'm working on a combinator in Reason that may, when I'm done with it, allow you to play the individual samples on the Circuit tracks as a synth. If it works, this is going to be quite good. The thing is that it's going to limit certain things, as you won't be able to do everything you'd want to do. Once it's done, I'll figure out the negatives. But right now, just yesterday, I released a new combinator for the Circuit tracks, and it is the first, as far as I know, first of its kind, a combinator. Let's bring this in here, that controls hardware. The Circuit tracks, as I mentioned, is a drum. The samples are drum based, and or they're drum machine type samples. There are 4 tracks. So what I did was I built a combinator that allows you to dial in the various drum sounds here. You can't tell what they are because, unfortunately, they change based on whatever you do with it. So there's no real logic to what they are, except that it's pretty cool, man. It will let you, I'm going to bring up the drums here. Okay, here we go. So this is the orange, and I've got the drums on the keys, which you can't really see. I don't have a camera that I can show you them right other than the one I'm looking at. But the color on the keys matches the color of the drums, so you know which one you're on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm just going over it a little bit because I'm just trying to drive it home type thing, And this is something else I wanted to do more of these because this thing was really cool. And it lets me control this thing completely. But what I've got for an idea is that since I can take this right here, hold on, let me change the sound to something that makes a little more sense. I'll go down to, go. I'm gonna go to the right. I'm calling this wrong. My bad. There we go. But my thought is that if I take this and wire this through the combinator and figure out basically what the scale would be of this going, I think it handles about, it has 128 positions, and I believe that that gives me in the neighborhood of 2 octaves worth of pitch from the bottom to the top. So if I, let's see. Oops, yeah. Basically, so I need to just figure out what the different settings are here, and I can actually set these to play off of keys. So it jumps around as you play the keys, and then be able to pitch the audio. If this works, what I'd like to do is set up so you have essentially, in my next combinator, will give you the ability to have, like for example, drums 3 and 4 would be regular sample tracks. Regular sample playback tracks. Drums 1 and 2 would be just drums, and then we'd have still MIDI 1 and 2 and synth 1 and 2. So you'd have synth 1 and 2, MIDI 1 and 2, drums on 1 and 2, and then sample playback on 3 and 4. It just would be really awesome. And this is the first one I've done. Actually, I want to do one for a couple other synths. Behringer's finally getting it through their head that their synthesizers circuit tracks from, yes it is, and I hit Rick Tinez up about it too. I'm waiting to hear back from him. Hopefully he chimes in, because I'm trying to actually pitch this idea to vendors, saying, hey man, if you really want to reach every market, I'm not telling you've got to do this, but we can work something out where I build these like interfaces. I just need the programming guides. In their programming guide, I got to tell you, Novation, man, if they handed you everything information-wise, I was like, I love you guys so much, because Novation's programmer guides, first of all, most programmer guides you get are like, 5 pages, and they're really small print, and there's all this like jargon and numbers in hexadecimal, and you're looking at it and going, I have to decipher this thing. Not with the Novation stuff. They actually, not only did they break it down nice, in it's good size print, the whole thing, it's on an electronic document, but I did print it out. Not only did they break it down nice, actually I've got one of them right here. This is the one for the circuit rhythm. Not only did they break it down nice by category, I don't know if you're able to see this or not, but they did, they broke it down into little teeny sections here. Like this little section right here is the distortion table. It's not just blended in with everything else. I'm going to lose content. Oh, really? Oh, I will definitely have to get in touch with them on that, because, yeah, I would love to hear from them. I would love to work with them on this, because I think between what I've got going on here, this type of interface, this could be actually, well, okay, here's the thought. This is going to sound crazy, and I got to actually talk to Reason Studios also, because it gets deep. Because if Reason Studios wants to stay relevant, and they can, right now, I think they've got an opportunity they don't even know they've got. In these combinators, that opportunity is where that lies. I'm not going to blast it out here, but I don't want to just give away the freaking farm. You know what I mean? But they've got an opportunity that they don't see. But if they can capitalize on it, it could sustain the company and make them a viable force for a long time to come. And without doing much more than what they've already done. That's the best part, because I'm like, hey, and it will give them the money, the capital that they actually need to further advance. You give them the capital they need to further advance Reason and really make Reason a contender, because if they can get the boost in money that they need, the capital boost that they need from another area, and reallocate that to drive development of Reason. Reason could take, I mean, Ableton and Fruity Loops and all the whatever, FL Studio, whatever they call it these days. I mean, they're good environments from what I hear. I do know people who don't like them. I personally prefer Cubase. I don't think anyone's taking Cubase down because their stuff is too... It's like the great red oaks in freaking California. No one's going to take them down. They're just too ingrained. They're too good. And so many other, DAWs are using their ideas, basically, anyway, no matter what. But I think that if these type of interfaces are built more frequently and make accessing these devices easier from the desktop. Dawless is fantastic, and I'm having a great time doing Dawless stuff right now. Hey Ivan, what's up, man? I'm having a great time doing Dawless stuff right now, but in reality, it all comes back to wanting to use it at the DAW. For me, anyway, there are people who aren't into using it at the DAW, but I mean, I want to be able to work on something on the go, come back and take the thoughts and the feelings and the whatever tracks I put together outside, bring them home, and integrate them into something bigger. I'm sure I'm not alone. So, if that's if they want to reach that kind of a market, I'm really looking to help these guys get there. In Novation, like I said, I've been a fan of Novation since the original, back in the day. They used to have what was the name of that thing? The base station, Novation base station in 1995, 1996, that time period. I was looking to get one. It might have been 97. I was looking to get one of those, the original base station, and I just could not spring for it. I couldn't. It was like $700 at the time or something like that, and that was a lot of money at the time to me. So I did not get one. But today I got the virtual version of it because they actually have a VST. Pardon me for a second, sorry. But yeah, this is one that I've worked on. I've also got, I'm cooking up an editor right now for the Yamaha CS1X, which hasn't been supported since probably 2000. Because in 2000, the last version of Windows that ran the editor for it was Windows 98. I had been using a virtual machine for it, and that was written by Florian Baumers. That was his name. He's a German guy, I believe, and he had written back in 1997. Wrote the CS1X Edit application, which was amazing. It gave you access to everything, but almost everything it gave you access to, I've found that I can access through a combinator. Now, you would not be able to edit the way that he did it because the way that he did it was a back and forth exchange of data. Of course, the combinator only pushes data. It receives information. It receives data back from Reason, but it does not. Like, I couldn't tell it to load patches or import data from the CS1X, but you could theoretically. Create from scratch a patch with the combinator, unless I can take it further. I'll mess with it more, but all right, I will do that. I'll see if I can get your number on this phone. I'm not sure if I actually brought it over or not, but I think you're on my old one that I fixed the screen on. I finally got that one fixed. Let's see if you're on here. I think so. Yes, I have your phone number. All right, I got you. You're the only Jay I know, so. Well, other than Jay Parrish, but he's not in that phone that way. I've only got contact with him through Facebook, friend of mine. What was your email, Addy Buddy? I'm not sure what that means. Hit me in Discord. I'm not sure what that means, the thing about the email question there. Are you asking for a secrets email? All right. Anyway, well, all right. So let's go on here. I feel like I got a little tin canny sound. I'm not sure what is going on there. Oh, maybe that's what's up. Yeah. Turn that down. Yeah, that should be better. All right. The downside of using equipment for more than one thing, you know? Man. Anyway, yeah. So, what's I think about? Oh, so yeah, I bumped into this other thing. This other guy I bumped into on YouTube, and let me see here. There's another guy from Germany who is doing music on mobile music making type guy. He's strictly Dawless is his pretty much, not his name, but that's pretty much his methodology of making music. I was like, dang man, this is pretty good stuff he's got going on here. Oh, that's it. Mixed off music. Okay, this guy. There we go. This is mixed off music. This guy has done some pretty cool stuff, and I don't know what he's doing on the ship, but he's on a ship in Germany doing this work. I don't know if he's in the Navy or if he's just on this boat for something else. But he's done some pretty cool stuff. He's got a really cool Halloween track right now that I was listening to. And he did a mashup of the Squid Game movie, some music off that. I just thought his stuff was pretty cool. It reminded me of the old techno type sound of the 90s, back in the day when, basically when the trackers ruled the world, Sorry. Which is actually one of the areas where I kind of cut my teeth a while back, because in the 90s, who could afford a sampler? Samplers were like $1,500. Virtual things had not come into light yet. It was either you buy a piece of equipment or you didn't. But that was pretty much it. But you can do some crazy stuff with these things. I mean, it's just nuts. And for the size, I mean, just to give you an idea of the portability factor, this is the thing I'm talking about. It is probably, I'm going to say 9 inches wide, maybe 7 inches tall. The way I'm showing it right now anyway. And it's probably about 1 1/4 inches thick. It's got two MIDI ports. One MIDI port, MIDI in, MIDI out, and one MIDI through. It's got your output for your sound, left and right. It's got input for left and right. Now, this is interesting because the input on here isn't for sampling. it's actually for audio through. You can use this unit as an effects unit. So it gives you some real flexibility that I think is cool. It uses micro SD cards up to 32 gig. It's got to be FAT32. So 32 gig is as high as you can really go with that. So I've seen people trying to sell them with 128 gig cards and what on the internet, and I'm like, you know, that 128 gig card is about as useful as you know, whatever, wings on a boulder type thing. You know, it's not gonna go anywhere because it doesn't work. I tried a 64 gig for myself. It doesn't even know what to do with it. It's also got a sync port, which this will allow you to use a stereo cable, like a stereo 1/8" jack cable from device to device, or you can jump across other devices and sync them together so that the clock gets transmitted. And it's got a headphone jack, so you can sit on the plane, the train, in the passenger seat or whatever, and just have a pair of headphones on and make music. Like I said, the one thing that this thing doesn't have is the ability to record its own samples. And I really wish that was taken into consideration when they had made it. This is the one thing the Circuit Tracks doesn't have. The Circuit Rhythm does have it. Same exact format as the Circuit Tracks. Sorry, it's upside down. The wires are just kind of... there we go. Same exact format. It's got an in and an out, but the in on this one, not only that's audio through to use it as an effects unit, but it also records audio. So, you know, MIDI in out and through on the back, micro SD 32 gig, same thing there, sync wire and a headphone jack. If you look at them, they look exactly the same, and a couple people have asked, are they essentially the same device? And is it just software that makes them different? Novation apparently says no, they are not the same device. There is a difference. Do I know? Yeah, the Mortal Kombat techno sound. Yes, that is the sound. I love that sound, man. That was so good to me. I just really enjoyed it, you know, back in the day. And to hear it coming back is pretty cool. And to see these like mashup type things like this guy is doing here, the one I'm showing you here on Mixed Off Music, this guy, his mashups are really good. And I was like, this is so much fun because it takes me back to when music was not as much work, more fun. It's not all work, but you get the idea. I mean, it can become a lot of work if you're, depending what you're doing. And, you know, to see this guy doing it, it's inspiring and fun. What is the bug? Yes, that was the Circuit Rhythm and the Circuit Tracks. I was showing those. But yeah, I mean, they're basically the same looking. I don't want to avoid the warranties on them, so I'm not going to open them up. But I would love to see the guts of them. I'm sure somebody's done a teardown on the internet and is aware that they're either the same or not the same inside. They say there is a difference. I'm not sure what that difference is. And I'm hoping, actually, this is something for the future. I'm hoping that maybe Novation brings out an even later version of this whole thing with more sampling RAM, with more capabilities, maybe 16 tracks instead of 8, and brings it closer to being a real production type situation. Yeah. I was talking to, who was I talking to the other day? Oh my gosh. I don't know. You guys probably remember the game Gauntlet because you're both in my age bracket. And I said to somebody, you know, yeah, I got to get going. Warrior needs food badly. And did it with my like best Gauntlet voice, you know. And they're like, what? I'm like, oh, you don't know Gauntlet? So it was pretty funny. I'm like, the age barrier comes in every once in a while, and you just sit there and you think, wow. But just in case you guys, I mean, I'm going to show you guys while we're here, I guess. One of the things I wanted to show you is the way that this thing works is pretty cool. Because what I did was, if you look in here, each of these knobs, or each of these devices, the MIDI outs, they added something to it. On the old MIDI devices, you could only control 2 knobs, 2 CVs per device. So each of these knobs controls one of them. So there being 7 knobs, I would have needed 4 of these for each drum. And then the end would have been, another one as well, because I needed to be on a separate channel. So I would have needed 17 devices. But the way that they did it now, you've got 4 banks. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. And each of those has 2 knobs in it. So I went in and I set the CC, right here, which is there's this number that kind of says like, what are you controlling type thing. It's control code, I think is what it stands for. And then the value here is set on these knobs right here. So, and these are what's hooked up to the knobs up top. So that's how you're able to control hardware here. And basically, this can be done with anything that has CC to it. The problem is that, like on the Novation stuff, this is where I ran into. There is CC, and then there's what they call NRPM, which NRPN, yeah, not M, sorry, which I thought was Novation something, but it's not. It's a something port number. I'll have to look it up. Non-registered parameter number. That's what it stands for. Which means that they have some controls that you can't hit with this type of setup. And I'm not sure how you would get to them. So I need to actually talk to probably someone at Reason Studios to see if there's any potential in getting that, adding that as a capability to this device. It wouldn't be tough, because all it is, if you've done any web stuff and you know how you put a port on with the colon and then the port number. For example, if you were trying to get to you were trying to get to your main, localhost, which is like where you normally have your personal server or whatever, you'd probably be at like this right here. I just put in text. It's 127.0.0. Oh, that should be a .1 in there. And then colon 8000. The colon 8000 says on port 8000. That's kind of what they got going on. So they'll have like a channel, and in this case they have like a lot of channels. Like channel 15 is one of the ones that they use that way. Where'd it go? Oh, well, here's channel 3. Channel 3 is controlling the macro knobs and reading from the macro knobs. And it's port 3, and then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And each of them is like, one's a start position, one's the destination to A, start position A, end position A, depth A. I don't know. But basically, there's a lot of parameters like that you can't assign currently in a combinator. So I'm going to try and talk to Mateus. I've actually hit him up a couple times, and I'm pretty sure he's getting my messages because I've got responses a couple times. But like hierarchy interrupt for address, yeah, something like that. It's something like that. It's like on in networking they have these ports, and that's what it's kind of like, because MIDI is basically a network protocol. It's just a serial protocol. So they're just saying like, not only go through this channel or through this down this path, but then basically break off inside. So it's kind of like a highway with different smaller highways feeding off of it. If CC is 3, that's the highway, and then the break off, like smaller routes, would be the colon smaller other numbers. But that's how they're writing them, is the same way, like I'm showing you right here. So I gotta mess with that and see if I can find a way to get that to happen. I know I can probably do it with Cubase, and I'm checking, believe it or not, in Halion, because Halion, aside from being a really cool sample instrument making device, has some really cool other features to it, and you can do a lot more with it than just make instruments, from what I can gather. So I mean, that's also a possibility that it could be a Halion device that would work with VST. Personally, I think that would be a lot more work. I'm not sure. I'd have to look into it more. We'll see what happens. Maybe it's time to just actually buckle down and learn C++ again. I don't know. I'm just kidding. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah. ED commonly for function X, which are always recommended for changing to prevent hacking. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's not the kind of thing you'd be, an instrument. What are you going to hack? I mean, I don't know. Maybe there is something I'm not thinking about, but I'm sure, someone in China's thought of a way to use, my montage to, hack a federal server with. I mean, it is a computer after all. I guess you can do whatever you want. So, craziness. Sorry, my throat is very dry today. But yeah. So, yeah. And, but that mixed on music guy there, he wants to do some kind of like a music collaboration with me, and I'm like, oh, that'd be cool, that'd be fun, and so we try to come up with something. But I'm thinking, well, this week I was actually planning on trying to do something Halloween-esque for my my stream, basically, for next weekend, which is Halloween weekend. And I've got a whole, you'll have to tune in for it if it gets done. Hopefully it'll get done. But I've got a whole skit type thing that I've got put together for next weekend, maybe, that will probably be pretty entertaining. And it's going to, if I get it done, it's going to be really cool. Not trying to gaslight you or nothing. I'm just trying to say I got this idea that if I can get it done, it will be really neat. Yeah, dude, you never know, man. I mean, I'll tell you, what do you call it? There was a keyboard that, I guess they were using a keyboard that had they'd infiltrated some bunch of keyboard processing, and they were getting these keyboards into, trying to get them on bases, and they found out that they had recorders in them and stuff that were capturing and sending data back. So what? Not just basically like a capture buffer type thing. It would sit and capture all the data it could, and then once it was done, it would use your machine and send this data out. I'm like, that's pretty diabolical. To infiltrate. That's why we're not allowed to. I'm only a contractor, and I only do work on non-secret things. But in working with the government, we are not allowed to use private merchandise on their machines at all. If I plug in so much as a hub to their machine, that hub, for all I know, is watching, recording, and sending data back to China or somewhere else. I don't know. There's no way for me to guarantee that something I bought off of Amazon or something I bought off of, eBay or whatever isn't compromised. So, yeah, the only equipment I'm allowed to use is equipment that's bought from or got through them. Like my mouse, can't use a personal mouse, can't use personal keyboard, can't use personal USB hub, or, the only thing we're allowed to use personal, or we were, actually, I don't even know if we're allowed to now. They give us monitors, so maybe, but monitors, I think that's about it. when I'm at home, I'm allowed to use my own monitor. But I guess I kind of look at the. I don't know. I'm a little like, as far as like, I feel like the world is. Sometimes I give like the world more credit than it deserves for like thinking that people aren't as bad as maybe they are. I guess I'm always hoping that it's better than it is. Let's see. Yeah, dude, that base station is real nice, and I never actually went ahead and bought the hardware one. They did release a software version, which is pretty darn good, but those units are still around. They still sell them. You can still buy a base station, and you can of course find them on eBay and stuff. There was one synth the other day from Novation that was up on there that I had never seen or heard of, and I can't think of the name of it right now. I could look to see what it was, but this thing, I was so tempted to bid on it because I just had never seen it before, and I thought to myself, nobody else apparently knew what it was either because nobody was bidding on this thing. But it looked really cool. Let me see if I can find it. It was called... Sorry. That's not it. Oh. I don't know what it was, but it looked plasticky, and it didn't look like... It looked like almost like a consumer type keyboard. Is this it? No, that's a controller. That's not it, but that looks pretty interesting. The Novation K Station. It's just funny because there's so many products I haven't heard of from Novation. They've got so many things out there. Everyone's heard of the popular things. You know what I mean? The launch pad, and the Novation, the base station, that type of thing. But they have some things out there. The Novation Impulse 49 key MIDI keyboard. Is the launch key. They have that's another Impulse. That's an Impulse. Where are we at here? Of course, there are the circuits, the circuit rhythm, the circuit tracks, and the original circuit. But they have had a lot of products. And I was just thinking, man, Novation is really on their game. Sometimes, I'll say that I won't say they're a lesser known manufacturer of hardware, but I'll say that they're not one of the ones I think of all the time. Even though it's funny because I use Focusrite sound cards and I use all these other, items which are part of their lineup. Am I just seeing something here? Hold on. Did my stream freeze? I don't appear to have moved. I'm going to hit refresh real quick here. Okay, there we go. I am back in business. Looks like my preview window froze for a second there. I wasn't sure if it was just dead or if it was something else. But yeah, Novation, man, they do some great stuff. And I mean, and you see like Brick Tinez out there doing his thing, showing stuff, and he's a really good spokesperson, I gotta say. I really do like his videos, and I find them informative, and it's gonna sound weird, but a little relaxing. Like, he's got such a calm demeanor about him that I do enjoy listening to his videos. Where, I mean, I've seen other people who, Most of the people who are actually on YouTube for companies do a pretty good job. But yeah, I really like his videos, and he does respond and stuff. During his streams, which is nice because I've actually asked questions and actually got responses back from him. Whereas I've had some other vendors who, I've asked questions a bunch of times and heard nothing. Hey, what's up, Mixed Off Crit Music? How's it going? I was showing your video a minute ago, just talking about you. I was just saying how I was really liking your stuff, and you were using circuit tracks and the whole thing. Yeah. I was just, this is Mixed Off Music, the guy who did the tracks I was just talking about, and we were just saying about the techno type music from the Mortal Kombat era and all that. So yeah, he's a talented guy. I like his channel. But yeah, and he's got several. If you check him out later on, I'll put a link at you. I'll throw a link in the comments so you guys can check him out. Also, if you want to see more of his music later on, it's good stuff. Do you actually speak German, Secret? I wouldn't be surprised. Or just a little bit, I'm guessing, maybe. I don't know. Let's see here. Checking the time. Yeah, we're doing all right. Can you send me the file? You sent me the file. Did you send it to me just now? Oh, let me check my email, see if I got it. I want to listen and check this out, too. Come on. Here we go. I don't see it yet. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't see it yet. Maybe it didn't come through yet. Let me ask, did you send me a link or did you send the actual file? Just curious. It might not have come through yet because it's the size. If it's the actual file, it might just take a minute to get through the internets. Let me see here. Link and the file. If you've got the link, if it's like a what am I looking for here? If it's a like SoundCloud, or if you've got it linked up in Dropbox or something, Yeah, just send that, and I'll take a look at it. Yeah, so, but yeah, yesterday I had an in-depth conversation with someone from the Adobe users group in my area, and then later on with a rep at Adobe who was trying to get me to keep my plan. I dumped Adobe. I gave him the old boot. I decided that I'm tired of donating money to their cause, and that I would just be using Affinity and Kdenlive Live for my video editing from here on, and Affinity Studios or Affinity Designs. I guess I don't know what their name is. Just Affinity. They have a designer in photo and Illustrator. Not Illustrator, and Publisher also. So they kind of cover the three main bases of Adobe's software, except for they don't do Flash or an Animate type application, and they don't do After Effects, and what else? No character animator, of course. There's no animation basically. But I did find a solution to that too. I just need to now. Unfortunately, I guess I have to kind of learn it. But then again, I mean, I didn't learn Flash overnight either, so it's just that I've been with it for so many years that it seemed like it would be, it was easier to just stay there than not. Yeah, anything could have happened. I see. Okay. Oops, something just buzzed. Okay. And one here. Can I just download? Didn't hear it. There it is. Download. Just be sure. Show and Finder. I'm just scanning this real quick just because safety first, Not saying it would be intentional, but I don't. I've done my share of, had my share of technical issues. That's not even loading. Let's see in here. Well, let's see what happens here. Is any of this, by the way, before I play this, is any of this am I looking for here? Is anything on here copyrighted? Like, am I going to get a copyright strike if I try and play it? Or is this all original, or is it just, you know? Yes, that's me. I don't know why I typed yes, that's me. Yes, that's me. You can hear my voice. Sorry, I had a moment of like, I'm in a chat room. Sometimes I lose track of what I'm doing, like as far as like, that you can hear me, but I can't hear you, that I don't have to type back. I can just respond audibly. Yeah. So let's just, while we're sitting here, I think I'm going to try something out here. Sure. What am I doing? I'm doing it again. You're going to send it without vocals. Is that all original music then? It's not like it's not going to be like, the Twilight Zone or something, that it's going to be like, copyright strike, Jim. Boom. Yeah. That's my first name, by the way. Sorry. But yeah, copyright strike, Captain Energy. Yeah, I don't want to. I got one actually once. It was funny. I got a copyright claim against me. And the funniest thing ever was because the copyright, when they showed me what the copyright, they tell you the copyright claim is on this at this time in your video. And it was literally a riser that was like, and it was just a riser. It wasn't like anything specific. I made it just then for an example. And yeah, somebody went and hit me for copyright violation using a riser. I'm like, dude, give me a break. I was making risers when you were probably in diapers. So they voided that one. It did not go against me, but yeah, it's pretty funny. I'm like, seriously? Who, me? Why would someone want to deep fake me? That would be hilarious. They'd be like, yes, I am Captain Energy. How are you? I would teach you music, the ways of music theory. Just kidding. Oh, so the vocals are original, the music is not. Is that what you're saying? I'll listen to it anyway. I'll just, let me just be sure it's not going to play through everything else. You know what? No, it is going to play through everything else, because right now I am capturing through my, okay, I'll have to listen to it later, or on some other method, because, yeah, dude, a riser. For real. I was like, are you guys on crack? Because, I mean, that's like saying, oh, you used a C chord. Yeah, can't do that. That is owned by, some dude. I'm like, oh, seriously? I mean, that's a riser. It was like literally just a pitched sound that went like from low to high. Not even like it was like a sine wave or something. It was like as generic a sound as you can possibly make. And somebody had that marked as like a, that they owned it or something. I don't know. I'm like, it doesn't surprise me in one way. I mean, but at the same time, it's like, come the heck on, man. This is just ridiculous. You can't own everything, You're gonna, copyright strike me for yawning. Oh, you made the yawn sound. That is owned by Sony records. That's all I need. Someone will laugh sometime and they'll be like, "Oh, you laughed." That's owned by Michael Jackson, according to the Thriller album. But yeah. Ay. Good times. Good times. But yeah, let me take a look at this real quick. I wanted to take a peek at... Eight. Yeah, I need bifocals, by the way, in case you're wondering why I'm taking my glasses off. I just can't see what I'm looking at here that well with my glasses on. 128. This is interesting. I'm looking at the control codes for the circuit tracks. Oh, sorry, circuit rhythm. And this one, circuit tracks was pretty broken down nice. The circuit rhythm is a little more confusing. And I am not sure. I'm not sure what I'll be able to do with this one control-wise, because it looks like... Sorry, I printed, so you could flip the pages upward, apparently. It looks like... they're saying sampler part 1 through 8. And they've got one code here. And, oh, I get it. Nope, I get it. I'm not going crazy. That is correct. Okay. That's kind of cool. So basically they've got, this might actually be easy to work with, because what they've done is, they have, how many controls are there here? So that's probably 10, 15, 29. Might be 29 different controls you can adjust on each channel. And what they've done is it says sample parts 1 through 8. I'm like, what does it mean 1 through 8? How did I pick 1 through 8? And then it dawned on me, it's channel 1 through 8. So yeah, so basically I could build a controller for the sample rhythm, and I'd have to build the same controller 8 times, essentially, same combinator 8 times, and each one would be for a different channel in order to make it work. But yeah, I could actually build that. I might build that today while we're here, just for fun, because that might be a good one. Speaking of lyrics, can you recommend any software for lyric writing? Dorico is too hard. We will just, I read that, but I'm just going, and whenever I see, search online, there are only co-writer software. It should be okay now. Okay. Let me check my email then. Let me think. I can't think of anything for lyric writing. Honestly, when it comes to writing lyrics, I'll say 100% of the time, what I use for lyric writing is a legal pad and a pencil, mechanical pencil, and then I type it into Word once I finally have kind of got everything down, and I kind of use notation of my own to say where things fit, basically it's nothing crazy. It's the same kind of thing you'd see when you see a lyrics written for in a book you might have gotten in choir or whatever, where it says verse 1, whatever, and I'll usually put little tick marks so I know that if it's the first 4 bars, I'll put like a little tick above it type things like this. This fits in the first 4 bars. This is the second 4 bars, third 4 bars, fourth 4 bars, next line, that type of thing, whatever, depending how I'm writing it. But I don't have any, it's funny. I can't think of any good software for writing lyrics, and I'm really surprised that no one's done anything like that. Really, like a good version where you could just see your music in notation, music notation, and then just type the lyrics in, so that they kind of went along with the music. That would be the best way to do it, I think. But I just don't know. I don't know of any applications that do it. I only know how to do it manually, honestly, and even so, I don't read music. So I would just like I said, my way of doing it is basically on beat and bar counts. That's the way I usually get it done that way. But let's see here. If anyone else, if pops in here later on that's not here now, and knows some good music notation or music lyric writing software, please throw it in the comments so we can help out Secret. He's looking for something here. I can do some looking myself in a bit. I just don't know. Let's see. I'm looking for my email. That's what I'm looking for. Had a moment of like, what am I doing? Go into my email. There you are, Ivan. Let's see. View file. Oh, I guess I'm just looking for the lyrics, not the music. Is that what I'm looking for? Is there? Let me see here. Maybe that's this file. There it is, okay. That's the drum beat. Back a little. What we got? Let's see. Okay. The beat is definitely good, though. Jump ahead a little bit here. This looks like a change right here or something. Okay. There we go. That sounded pretty good. I mean, the beat's really good. I mean, I think it needs, more musically. But I mean, I would like to hear I'll have to listen to the one you sent me with the full mix after. It probably with the lyrics really fills in a lot of the gaps because I'm listening to it now. It's drums. It sounds good. It's hard to get a feel for it other than, just hear all I'm hearing really is drums. The end was cool when other things started popping up, like over here. When, that right there, I thought was pretty cool. And then we got to right around here, I think. No, right here. There it is. Yeah, I probably would have done more with that and given it some kind of like a bass groove throughout the whole thing, but it does sound good. Sorry, I'm going to catch up to where we're at here on the messages. Oh, here's my music, yes. Gotta keep it. Dude, finding singers is such a pain. It really is. I've actually thought of trying out Fiverr. If you haven't heard of Fiverr, Fiverr.com. I hear a lot of YouTubers using that to get singers. And the thing is, I mean, okay, when they say Fiverr, it's like you think, so for $5? No, not necessarily. Sometimes it might be a couple $100, it might be $100 or something for someone to sing. But yeah, and yeah. Well, as far as the music and the key of the music and the singer, I'll usually, it's gonna sound weird, but I will if I find a singer who I like their voice, I'll let their voice dictate the key. If they're real comfortable in D sharp type or D minor area, whatever, I'll adjust my production to meet their voice rather than, in some cases, rather than try and make them, adjust their voice to my production. Like, if they're a good singer but not a great singer, let's say, put it that way, because a great singer would just go, oh, you want me to sing that in E flat? No problem. I mean, and they just sing it. But when you find a singer, and you're trying to save money or whatever, and you got some, like I've had this one particular girl I can think of a while back, who I had in my recording studio at my old apartment, which was the bigger bedroom of the two rooms, and I just used it as a studio, and I padded up the walls and turned the closet into a vocal booth. I mean, and she came in and she's just looking like at this place like, what in the world am I looking at? And I'm like, I know it doesn't look like much, but it's gonna sound great, trust me. And she did. She came in, she sang, she did a great job. And she was like a $50 for the track singer. $50, and she'd sing the song. And I was like, okay, so you can sing, but you're just a little like your voice is kind of not quite where I'm thinking I need it to be. So I adjusted the track to meet her. And then what I ended up doing after the whole thing was she was only like singing like a little bit higher or a little bit lower. I forget. It was different than where I wanted it to be. And this was in the early days of Cubase. Like, this is Cubase VST. And that was my primary DAW at the time. And so I took the entire track when she was done and pitch shifted it to where I actually wanted it to be, and then put my track back to the key that I wanted it in. So I let her sing where she felt comfortable, and then I just shifted the whole track back to where I wanted it to be after. So, I mean, finding someone who can sing in the right key is not almost as important, especially today where, Reason in the new Cubase stuff, and almost every other DAW out there too, does such a good job of adjusting pitch on vocals that if you can't quite hit it, you can get it to work anyway. I mean, I'm not even talking auto-tune, because she was good enough that she could actually sing, and I didn't need to auto-tune her really. I just needed her to be in the right key, but she couldn't quite hit the key. Sorry. I'm starting to get a sore throat, and I'm getting concerned. This would be bad if I get sick. I don't really want to get sick. And especially not, it's definitely not COVID, I would say. I think it's just it's that time of year again, folks, where my sinuses decide that they don't want to play anymore, and they're going to decide to give me, post-nasal drip and a sore throat in the morning. So I'll probably end up having to go get some antibiotics soon. It's just a par for the course with me. I just have sinus issues at every major change of season, and it's been a lot chillier here lately than it had been recently, and over the past summer and such. So, but that's just life, I guess. What's this? Yeah, I see what's up with that. I keep getting these things about iOS 14.8, which I thought we were on 15, and that's got me concerned. I wonder if my devices aren't going up to the top level anymore. The pitch shifting the pitch shifting sheets that they give you at Shaman are just sandpaper. Just kidding. Just kidding. That's pretty funny though. In my head, that was funny. I don't know if I should have said it out loud. Sometimes I think I should just keep my 2 cents to myself, but and just laugh. But yeah. Yeah, everybody's got a pitch shifter these days. But I mean, if you're looking for, if you're writing songs and you want someone to sing them, and you can't find a singer, try out Fiverr though, because that's actually, let's just take a look at this thing for a sec here. Well, bring it up. Why not, right? I'm promoting everything. That nobody's giving me nothing, but I'm, just giving it all away. Okay, Fiverr, ERR, I guess. Find the perfect freelance services for your business. So if you type in here, singer, here you go. I will just... Can I not do this right now? I'm not agreeing to anything. I'm just trying to find someone. Let's see here. So we'll go... I don't know if you're looking for guy singer, female singer, little of each, maybe a duet. I don't know. But yeah, there's different people here, and they have... I will sing my soul out for you. That's pretty committed. I mean, I don't know. That doesn't mean that you can sing good. I know people who will sing their soul out for you too, and they will basically take the paint off your walls. But, not for nothing. Oh man, is that what you got? You got shoulder surgery. Man, that's rough. My wife actually was thinking she might actually have to have. She's been in physical therapy for about probably a year to get her shoulder straightened out, and I think it's pretty much straightened out now. She can finally raise it again. She was only able to go up to probably like a 45-degree angle for in the beginning of the whole thing. Now she can actually reach straight up. Oh, hold on here. Oh, that's lessons. Okay. I was just going to say Disinotra is in here doing vocal coaching. I don't know. So she does coaching. She doesn't do singing herself for your stuff. But she, if you know Disinotra, she's a Reason YouTuber as well. She's amazing. And I love her. She's just great. I would love the opportunity to meet her or talk to her. And when I say I love her, I don't mean anything weird. So if my wife does listen to this later, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying she's just great. Very nice personality from what I can tell in her videos. And everyone who works with her thinks she's amazing. So I know quite a few people who have worked with her in different aspects, different levels of working with her. Actually, I'm surprised to see her on there. I didn't think I would bump into her. I'll be your singer and songwriter. Here we go. What's this person? What's her deal?
This has to be love.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it depends what you want. I'd say just check around Fiverr and see what you can find. What does she charge? She's a basic demo, short demo of your song already written for you, no revisions, $40. So she'll sing for you for $40 basically. Maybe a little more depending what you need. See, average response time 4 hours. I'm a pro Italian session singer, songwriter, and engineer. I've worked with a lot of songs in my career and many artists. And with a lot of projects, my pitch is: if you're looking for a singer who will listen to your demands and bring your ideas into a song without a deep, what the heck? Why did that word not work? Dedication. With a deep dedication and excellence, don't look further. I don't know what just happened there. I just had like a brain cramp or something where I just could not say dedication or read dedication. So what do we got here? She's got, let's see, there are different packages she's got going on. Is this her? So yeah, that might be a good one for you if you want someone who's just, random singer. Yeah, check out Fiverr. Looks pretty good. And I know Davey 504, Davey 504. What's his number? The bass guy. He's cool too. He uses them for a lot of different things. To what do you call it? To do bass stuff for him. Like he'll send out like a bass line and say, "I want you to play this bass line," or this, whatever. Send out something like play bass to this song, and then he'll get them to play it, and he'll play the different bits on his site and be like, this one cost me $5, this one cost me $20, this one cost me $500, so whatever, but worth a look, let's see, get rid of this. Get rid of these things here. All right, we're going to start a new combinator here. I'm thinking about this. I know that was Disinotra. That was not her singing. That was she was on there for offering vocal lessons. But yeah, Disinotra's up there. Yeah, like I said, love her. I think she's great. I love her personality. I've watched so many of her different streams. She does more than just music. She's quite the, she's just got something about her spirit that is just really cool. I don't know what it is. She's just amazing. And I like her. That's, I don't know what else to say. I've actually tried to get in touch with her, but she's never actually given me a lot of feedback. Though I wish she would, because I just I've tried to actually, I've worked with her in the sense of like. I shouldn't say I've worked with her. I've listened to her and I've listened to her videos and taken her advice, and I know she's done a lot of things, but she just yeah, busy lady, I guess. I actually did try and get in touch with her a couple times though, and yeah, so far not so much. You said something about iOS. Do you have GarageBand on your iPad? If so, does it have a lyric writing tool in it? Let me tell you in 3 seconds. No, that's my work iPad. Hold on. Which sounds like a contradiction, a work iPad, but that's what they give me for my job to do meetings and such. Let's see. Let's take a look. All right, here we are in the wonderful world of iPads. Do I have GarageBand even on here? That's a good question. Yeah, I don't think I've installed. How big is it? 1.6 gig, that's not that big. This might take a few minutes, but we'll know soon. I've got this downloading now. I don't know. I don't know what it's good for lyric writing. I've never, personally, GarageBand and I have never had a fantastic relationship. I've tried it, and I'll say it was good enough to get me to buy Logic when I was really Mac guy. You know what I mean? Really into Macs. But when I say good enough to get me to buy Logic, I kind of mean not good enough that I thought maybe buying Logic would give me what I needed. I know you can do some cool stuff with it, and I know people who use it. In particular, I've seen Doug on the Sound Test Room use it a lot, and Jakob Hack from Hack Attack does. Oh, that was pretty quick. Wow, let's see if this thing's installed. I can't believe that installed that fast. That was sorry. I should turn the microphone down when I did that, but I Okay, why are you not opening? Welcome to GarageBand. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Sound library, external drummer, world instruments, guitar, bass, violin, audio recorder, amp simulators, keyboards. Yeah, I don't see anything that says anything about lyric writing, but let me see. Let me look it up, see what they say. I really don't know. I've never seen anyone do anything lyrically with it. what is this? What is this, a license thing? You can't just... For the love of Pete. Okay, there's a product called Master Writer. I don't know. That's one for lyrics, but it's $150 for 2 years, $99 a year, or you can do a monthly subscription. That does not excite me. GarageBand Tutorial Create. I'm really surprised there isn't something for Steinberg with this. I mean, with Cubase, that's what Cubase is for, kind of, is writing lyrics, or for writing songs. You would think lyrics would be a big part of that. This is selected by selecting lyrics and the... Well, that's interesting. Hold on here. Okay, let's see something here for the heck of it. I don't know if this is going to be... This might be a failed experiment. We're going to see what happens. Here we go. Cubase. Jay, have you tried... Or Secret, have you tried using Cubase for this at all? Apparently, on the score editor, that might be what you need. AI. So what you say, like... You know, I really, really care, and it says, you're just, or, you know, your love I cannot bear. It starts giving you a bunch of suggested rhymes. I'm just kidding. There's music in the air. Love is everywhere. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with that. Personally, though, man, you know what? The dongle thing, I hate it and I like it at the same time. I think what it should be is that it should be a split license where you have a dongle in your machine that you use all the time and you have the ability to go somewhere else and sign in. And what would be best would be that if you didn't need their server to validate it, and if they had a way to, I mean, like, if you could actually have your own type of validation off your machine that you're using your main software off of. That's what it does. It does a bunch of, like, rhymes. It's like, that's really funny. Oh, if you ever need to, you know, so if you ever need to freestyle some quick lyrics, there you go. Just get yourself on there and boom, you won't be freestyling because, you know, basically that usually entails you actually coming up with stuff. Not the machine feeding you lyrics. But that would be kind of hilarious on one of those like rap battle shows or something. That'd be really funny. Rap battle against the machine. You know how we had that back in the day where we had that the Russian guy play chess against the IBM, you know, Big Blue. I can't think of his name, but it was something with an ov in it. You know, ov at the end. I don't remember his name, but playing against Big Blue, and Big Blue beat him, and everybody was like, oh, computers are smarter than people. Well, yeah, chess is like a very mathematical game and logical, like with you know, basically being able to like solve problems, and the type of problems that chess presents are easy for a computer to whip you in. I mean, I don't know. But versus, it's not like, oh, look, this computer cured cancer. That's the big difference, between beating someone in a game of chess and, like, whatever. Oh, where are we at here? Did Cubase ever open for me? There you are. Come here, you. And we're just going to go with scoring. Now I'm going to bring in... I don't know. Sure, this one's fine. This is uncharted territory for me because, to be honest with you, I don't do music scoring. But we're going to take a look at this because I just found something in the manual that might be what you're looking for here. Oh, that's interesting. So we got the score there. We got the music here. So let's go over here for a second. I'm just going to try something out. We're going to go right here. Here's my piano. Let me turn that off. Are you seeing that? Yes, you are. Talking to Cubase. Oh, that's weird. Are we getting notes recorded? I don't see any notes popping up here. It's not. That's weird. And also, that's even weird. Oops. Did I just accidentally delete everything? Oh, how do I even bring that back? Scores, open score editor. There we go. Oh, look at that. Better than I think I am at things sometimes. All right, so if we go over to this note here, where did that go? I just had a suggestion for what might be the solution to your problem. And entering notes by hand. Okay. Boom, boom, bang, right here. And now we go up here. I need to find the icon they're talking about here. There's... Let's see if I can get this a little bigger because that's kind of small. Other. There's something called Other here. Mouse value, chord, no layer, split, That's triplet. Okay, it's not text, Jim. All right. How about this? Okay, that's not what I'm looking for either. Let's throw some notes in here, though, for... I think maybe I need something to work with. Right here, we pick you. Trill, convert to grace, clear bar, high... Yep, I really am out of my depth on this one. Sort of slower, flip, horizontal lines. I do not see this thing they're talking about. There's supposed to be a menu. I'll bring this over so you can see what I'm looking at here. There's supposed to be a menu. This. Other. I don't see this. Says it's Cubase Pro only. So, I mean, that's where I'm at. See, working with different types of text. Lyrics. This type of text is inserted by selecting lyrics in the other symbol selection. Okay, working with text. Wow, that's super, super helpful documentation, guys. Okay. Adding and editing text symbols. So what, right here? Let's go back over here for a second. I'm not trying to export a score. I'm trying to... Yeah, I don't know, man. This is weird. I'll have to mess with this more, not maybe on camera, and see if I can figure this out. But it seems like they're saying, this is the time signature. Okay, that's fantastic, because it went off the screen, but... Okay, there's the note info. Let's see. What about if I right-click you? If I right-click you, you really don't do me any favors. I see. Okay. Maybe you can show me what I'm looking for. Page text project. Yeah, man, I don't know. This is gonna take a lot longer than I don't know. Ugh. I was just looking for something for to help Secret out. He's trying to figure out how to add lyrics to his Cubase track, and I am not positive. So I was trying to see if I could dig that out of the manual, but it looks like it's going to be a little more than a minor undertaking to figure this out. But yeah, but there's supposed to be this. You should be able to see this menu somewhere, but I don't see it. We can write Cubase. I mean, I don't even know. It says this for Cubase Pro. Yeah, I'm using Cubase Pro. So lyrics. This is on. You can insert this type of text only on note layers. Okay.
Dad.
Sorry about that. My son just popped in real quick and had a question. Let's see here. I don't see different layers of the score. The selected layer specifies which type of text is available. Yeah, I don't know. It definitely looks like there's some kind of trick here. So the text is tied to the bar and staff position. If you move the bar or the entire staff, it moves with it. Okay. Lyrics. This type of text is inserted by selecting lyrics in the other symbol section. And I don't see the other symbol section. How do I show the other symbol section? That's what I want to know. If you guys could just tell me that, we'd be in much better shape right now. That's surprised. Let's see. Oh, the whole empty sheet. I just created a new project. I went new project, and I went to right here, which you can't see. I went right here to scoring, and I just went, what do I want? And I picked, in this case, I picked piano, melody, piano. But let's see here. If they have one for piano trio, piano composition. I wish they had one that had like something to do with lyrics on here. That would make life a little easier. Guitar page layout. How about this? Create. Boom. I hit OK. That's fine. Doesn't matter. And yes, I want to activate that window. Thank you. Right, let's get rid of this. This is my other one that I don't need. Here's the one that I just created. Sorry, my main monitor is the other screen that you don't see. Here are the parts that go with this. I'll just do the old Windows slam it to the side thing. Here they do. And what are you? Are you anything to do with this? You're nothing to do with anything. I don't need you anymore. Let me get rid of that. All right. So here we have my score window, my editor window. Trying to see if any of these make anything available that I need. Stems, beams. I don't even know. Yeah, writing music is one thing. And what is this? Bar handles. The box. That's the box they were pointing to. Hold on one second here. Nope, that's not it. That's actually quite the opposite of what I want. Let's see here. What are you? Bar copy notes, slurs, text. Let's just do this for a second. Uncheck all. And that's interesting because in the book that they have here, that is kind of what it looks like when they just gave me a heart attack. I thought for a second I had it. That was not it. Yeah, somewhere in here there's a thing that brings up this other menu that I don't see. Alright, Cubase, looks like you win for now. I think Greg was saying to use a notepad, but I don't think that's the best option. There seems to be something else, but I don't see that it's working the way that I thought it would work. I mean, yeah, notepad's one you could always... This you can just put whatever notes you want in here at all. Notes. But it's not going to sort them out for your track here. Let's see here. If we throw a couple notes in here, maybe we would do something. Where's the pencil tool or something? Pen tool? What have they got in this thing? Oh, they don't have a pencil or pen. They just have a note. Alright, let's throw some notes in here. Notes, 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 notes. Alright, let's take this. And did I see something? When I was putting these in here, there was something weird going on. Something was happening up top. I'll see if I can get that to happen again. I don't know what that was. That. Yeah, that's not it. Yeah, dude, I have no idea. Alright. Feel like I bumped into this like years ago and thought to myself, oh, that's how you do that, and then just haven't thought about it since, and now I have no idea. I'm going to stop. Message retracted, message retracted, message retracted. Where did you find the first one? Oh, yeah, that's it. I was remembering. Did Vision DSP by Opcode, does that do, I wonder if that's a solution for you, man. Did you look into that one, Secret? Vision. Oh, that's definitely not what I'm looking for. Yeah, I'll have to look into that more offline. I don't know, man. That's just, I don't know. But what I do know that I want to try is this. I'll just give this a go here with this, where we go, sample choice 8 and 127. All right, we're going to start with that. This is, we're going to try something out here. All right, so we're going to take this guy right here. We're going to throw in a... Oh, I passed it. There you are, come here. Okay, so put you on. I want this to go to my rhythm. Channel 1. And 8. All right. And let's try this. Let's see what it's called. This is just testing this out, see how this goes. Sample choice. I'm going to go out of here. And we're going to go over here. What am I thinking? I go over here. Sample choice. Alright, let's see what happens here. This is track 1 on the circuit rhythm, which right now is set to some little plinky sound. Let me just change it to something else so we can actually hear. That's fine. Now we'll try turning this dial. I think that sound is changing to me. Let me look at the back here to see if there's some other little thing I'm missing. That I did set to circuit rhythm. 2 1, that's okay. I don't think that does anything, but nope, didn't think so. Sounds like it wants to do something. Keeps making like a clicking sound. There's definitely something to this that's not taking for some reason. Let's see. Let's try something else for a second here. I wonder if... Nope. Oh, you know what? I bet this isn't receiving... Hold on here. That's what's up. No, it's not that. Receive, transmit. Notes. Let's just receive that. Receive MIDI program change data. Yes. And turn off the MIDI clocks. Well, we'll receive it, but we don't want to transmit it. Alright, little configuration going on there. A couple of things you gotta change to make this thing work, maybe. And let's try it again. We're back on channel 1. And we're in notes, channel 1. Let's try this now. Yeah, that's interesting. It's not taking the change of samples. That is very strange. It's taking it, but it's not applying it permanently. It's constantly going back to what it was. I don't know why that would be. Let's see, 14. Let's just try this one and see if this does it. So let me know I'm on the right path anyway. Are you kidding me? Does that work? Oh, if this works, I'm going to just discover something totally new. Let's see. That's the reverse. That actually does work. Okay. 8. So I can't change the sample for some reason. Unless maybe, you know what? I wonder if it works on the... Oh, this will be really interesting. Maybe it's not changing it for me to play it, but maybe it's applying it to the actual track. So let's go over here for a second. We're just going to go new project. We'll go right here. Play that. There's nothing there. So I go over here. There should be nothing here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm just going to go. Let's grab... Alright, I'm going to take this. Let's turn this tempo up a little bit because it's a little slow for me. Alright, now we're going to try it. Yeah, it's still doing nothing. I wonder if they have that documented right, or if there's something. Okay, that seems to work. Just trying out some other notes in the area. No, that does nothing. Alright, so we've got playback mode. Don't know what that one does. That might be what applies the envelope. There's like an attack envelope that they have, a attack and decay envelope that they apply. Oh, that's the choke group. Okay, I see it now. I was misreading here. Slice, number of slices. Guess figured I'd try and build something today. This is not going quite the way I wanted it to today, but that's all right. Never really does. You never know what's going to happen. Let's see. I'll do a little. Let's see. Just trying to find a clap. There we go. A little. $120. There we go. Throw a bit of groove, a little bit of some groove to that. All right. Oops. Let's staple this down so it stays there. That was an accident, but there we go. There we go. I'll have to tune this a little bit. here. Sorry, just getting lost in this for a minute. Sorry. Yes. Man, this thing is addictive, dude. The circuit rhythm, I can't stop messing with this thing. I don't know what is with me, but anyway. I guess, I don't know. I'm going to have to look more into that for you, Secret, as far as that goes. And I will give you a call tonight. Probably, if you're going to be around, say 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, I can give you a call right around then. I've got some stuff going on up until about 6 o'clock. I take my son to church. 6:30 is when he's dropped off, and I can talk for a few. Then I got to pick him up at 8. And my wife gets home right around then. So I've got to, I'll be running around a little bit. But yeah, dude, I will give you a call about the Focusrite thing. Ivan, if you're still there, yeah, that combinator, I'm going to work on that combinator because I would like to get that thing to work with the rhythm. And I don't know why the rhythm is being, weird about not changing samples, because that is the code that should be working. If I can get that to work, basically I've got a whole bunch of ideas for this thing, and they kind of involve pushing it to its basically pushing it to its maximum capabilities. It's far beyond what you could do using it with your hands and just working at it in a normal way that you'd work at it, more than you could do with it as a standalone device. I think I've got some really cool ideas to make this thing do some really cool magic. And I've also got coming up in November, the end of November, I think, I've got another sampler coming. And this one is brand new. It's the Roland 404. I can't remember the number. It's the MK2, the one that everyone's been talking about, blah, blah, blah. It looks really cool. And it is it's a lot like it's $100 more than the Circuit Rhythm, but it's like a really weird combination of the Circuit Rhythm circuit tracks, and it acts like two DJ turntables type thing that can do, like, you can mix two songs off of it. And it's an effects unit, and it's got just a whole bunch of cool stuff. And I'm still trying to get my hands on an Akai MPC Live. I'm trying to look for one, and I was all set to buy one off of eBay. Oh yeah, the circuit rhythm. Yes, I apologize. Did I say the rhythm? I meant like with the circuit. Yeah, the my circuit rhythm. This thing is just addictive, dude. It's crack. I mean, it's just like once I stop playing with it, it's like I just get lost in it, and yeah, I could seriously mess with this thing for a long time. It's weird. I haven't had a piece of gear like that in a long while. That I guess like absorbed me, if that makes any sense, completely. Like the rest of the world just shuts down for a while. You know what I mean? It's all encompassing, man. It really takes you in, and you start listening to the rhythms you're making with, and the sounds and the samples, and just combining things, and it's just like it's like so I don't know. It's like very peaceful. It's very like chill. At least what I've done with it has been peaceful and chill. You can do anything you want with it, of course, energetic and happy and crazy, or you can, but the samples I've been playing with are the ones that it still has. I started building sample packs for it, but 128 slots to fill on your own is a little daunting. And I did, yeah, the APC 40 MKH. Is that the? Hold on, which one is that? Is that the? Hold on. There were some other MPCs that were available on eBay that looked pretty good, and there've been a bunch of lives on there. Oh yeah, dude, that thing looks nice. And actually, you know what? Yeah, that thing looks real cool. And I just picked up a launch pad, and it does kind of a lot of the same deal, except for that it doesn't have the sliders and such. But I don't really per se need the sliders, because I have my MPK 25, so it's like, okay, redundant, in a sense. But the cool thing about that thing is the size of it is awesome. It's so nice and compact. But I'm loving the Launchpad as a controller. I got to tell you, I never thought I'd be a Launchpad guy, because I see all these guys on making music, and they're just pressing these buttons, and they're all. I mean, you say to yourself, man, I took all these years to learn to play piano, and here these guys are just pressing buttons. What's happening? But it's the same thing. It's just a different format. It's just, once you get used to it, and you can throw it on. Yeah, and $2.99. Is that? I wonder if that's. I want to say. Let me just double check something here. I saw that just when you said $2.99, but did I see that cheaper anywhere? Let me see. $2.99, $2.99. Everybody's got it for $2.99. Okay. There's a used one at Guitar Center for $169 right now. You can get it and get their warranty on it for not too much money. Let's see, 6 months. Where's the warranty? Yeah, 40. You can get a 1 year warranty on it if you want it for $24. And that warranty at Guitar Center is highly worth it. If you can get it for a decent price. And the reason I say it's highly worth it is because if this thing breaks, they literally 9 out of 10 times don't fix this stuff, and they will just give you a brand new one. So I mean, that's I've seen it. I've had it happen to me with a couple pieces of gear where they just kind of gave me a new one. Here's I don't know if this is gonna go through, man. That is a link and a half. Okay, hold on here. Let me try and get that again, because that did not seem to like that link. Guitar Center. Man, that is a really big link. But if you just look that up, hold on. If you look up You're in, Ivan, are you in the United States? I don't even know where you are. I'm sorry. I guess I should probably ask before I start giving you recommendations. Where are you located? I mean, if you're not in the U.S., this is going to be problematic for you. Not really, but I mean, my recommendations are U.S. based, so it's hard to. Or I like to push to, yeah, me too. I was looking at the push, and that was why I bought the Launchpad, and the Launchpad I think for me was a good answer, because I don't know how the push works. I haven't used it, but I know it's built for and works with Ableton. But when I tried the I'm all about Novation all of a sudden. I don't know what happened, but let me show you something real quick here. This is the software they give you to configure your stuff, and this thing, it's the same software for almost like you download it. I mean, you can use it off the web too as a web version, but if you have the Base Station 2, or you've got the circuit track, circuit rhythm, whatever you've got, pretty much, you just pick what you want here. Like I'm going to show you right now. We'll go to this. I got the Launchpad X, okay? And I can go over here and I can go, okay, get custom mode from Launchpad X. Okay, select mode 1. This is mode 1, what I've got set up right now for mode 1. You can go over here and drag pieces off. Even the CC, like you can even take a thing over here and drop it in and go, set up something with a specific control. I don't know. No, you can't put them up there, because I can't use most of these switches for anything. Since I'm not using Ableton, it's still geared to Ableton. But you can go over here and you can create pretty much whatever you want. Let me get rid of this thing here. Like, for example, if you wanted to, since you're using it for DJing, you might want something where you've got a drum grid. So you drop one of these drum grids up here, okay? And maybe you want, we'll throw in 1 octave of a, this is a chromatic type keypad. But then maybe you want to throw in a couple scale type ones that are set to a specific scale. See over here, you pick your, you can give it your own color if you want. Make it look, recognizable for yourself. Tell it what scale you want it to be in. Like I can tell it I want it to be in F sharp, in the 4th, 3rd octave, whatever. And I want minor, major. We'll go with major, and then what MIDI channel is transmitting that on. So you can control a bunch of instruments from this thing. It's crazy. And not only that, but you can have 4 windows. Like I could throw another setup, a second one in here if I wanted to. I could go, okay, I've got one. This one controls my 909 drum kit. This one controls my 808. And then I can go over here. I can tell it I want the 808 to be red, so I can tell which is which. And you can build almost anything you want. You could put buttons down the bottom here that controlled, like, if you were maybe, what am I looking for here? Your turntables use different CC controls to, like, stop, play, fast forward, whatever. You can throw buttons down the bottom here to control them. It's pretty insane. And then when you go back, let's see here, let's save that. Yeah, it's fine. And now if you go back to the, I'm going to get out of this for a second here. Hold on. It's in the Launchpad, boom. And we'll send that as 1. And okay, so now we're going to get mode from Launchpad. I have that one now set up. This is one that I have with 3 or 4, I'm sorry, chromatic scale keyboards. So I have 4 octaves of keys right here. It's kind of cool because 4 octaves of keys, that's, like a 48 key keyboard, which would take normally my entire desk, fits right here. This is this whole thing. So that's why I love it. I'm like, oh, as far as space goes, I mean, I can put a circuit rhythm, a circuit tracks, and this in the middle, and it not only does it look awesome because the lights just look so cool, I think. I mean, I'm like an LED junkie, so, but it takes less space. I've got so much more functionality. And with my turntables on the same desk, I can set up this rig so it looks really nice. I mean, with the 2 turntables in the far end, which they're not set up right now where I'd show you the whole rig, but I'm going to be setting them up because I want to do a thing shortly. But with my keyboard controls here, my other devices here, my drum and rhythm machine here, tracks and rhythm here, and then I have this controlling just my Reason synths. Yeah, I've got this whole concept for a live stream show where I'm working on a song that is going to be performance based. I'm not normally a performance guy, but I've got this idea that I want to try. And if I go down in flames, then I go down in flames, you know? But yeah, and the other thing is, of course, I mean, without the custom, like I can see the custom lights. Let me see here. Hold on. If I go, we'll see how this camera looks in a second. I don't know what's going to be going on here. Let's see. Where's OBS? Here we go. You can't see the colors. See, that's the problem. They're too bright to really show the colors. Yeah, I can set this up with different. This is a custom one. Then there's this one. They have this separate one that. Let's see if I can get higher. Maybe that'll. No, it's still not really. You can't really discern it. Oh well. It's got, aside from having. I really need to clean my desk off. Aside from having the regular chromatic keys in there and the drum pads and that type of thing, like I showed you there, you can also have, if you just hit note and then you use the hold down the note, hold it down for a second, it brings up this where you can pick your scale, pick your chord. There's a bunch of things you can change on here that just, I was like, whoa, this thing is mad awesome. I just was like, I can't believe I've waited to get this thing for a long time, and I thought to myself, yeah, you don't need that. I've talked myself down. I talked myself down from the ledge a lot about buying one, and I got a good deal on it because I bought it as an open box product. I got like $60 off of it, and normally it's $169. I got it for $109, so it was like $10 more than the little one. They have a shrunk down one, and I was gonna buy that one because I was thinking, space wise, it would have saved me a little bit of space. It would have been about 3 inches less height and width. The buttons were a little small. But I was like, yeah, I can work with that. That's okay. But I'm really glad I went with this format, especially for the $10 more. It was definitely worth the step up. They do the exact same thing, and there's no real difference to them at all. It's just a matter of what you're willing to work with, type thing, you know? Anyway. Well, I don't know. I am... yeah, this is, so I'm just closing some things so I have some, figure out where I'm at. Boom. I'm definitely going to play around with this more, and try and get that controller working. If I can get that to work right, and, or even if I can get it to work in every way but switching sounds, that might be worthy of its own device, you know what I mean? If I could switch, reverse the sample and put it back to normal real quick in a track, yeah, that would be kind of cool because honestly, it's several button clicks to reverse a sound here if you wanted to do it live on this device. And I could set it up so that it was a button press for each track using my Launchpad to reverse the sounds on the circuit rhythm. I'm sorry, I bumped into the microphone. The Italian factor. I'm talking with my hands again. But yeah. And it'd be really cool. I think that'd be neat. Anyway, let's see where we are at time-wise. We are at... Sheesh. Oh, wow. It's been almost 3 hours. Let's see where we're at. You're in the USA. Okay, me too. Oh, you're in Jersey. Oh my God. We could draw a line basically on the map from you, from Jay to you to me. Because he's in Connecticut. I'm in Pennsylvania. You're in Jersey. That's funny. We just need to, basically a Massachusetts person, which I definitely have, and maybe Rhode Island, depending which way you go, to connect right down here. Anyway, New York. We did need a New York person also. So so if anyone's from New York and wants to join our little stream here, jump on. We'll be here. Let's see. It's really cool. Oh yeah. Digitech Electron, I think that's what it's called. Yes. Oh, that thing is, the Digitech Electron is a cool device from what I've seen. Would I buy one? I don't know, honestly. Or I let's put it this way. If I acquired one, if Electron decided, hey, this guy's actually becoming popular, we're going to send him one of our drum machines, that'd be cool. But the cost of them, I feel like they're expensive, and I wouldn't use it enough to justify spending that much money on it. You know what I mean? Like $400, $500, I feel like I can do something with that. You know what I mean? I even thought of they had an Electron sample player device that they were pushing for a while. They looked pretty good. But it was only 6 tracks, which was weird. I think it was like 6 tracks, and it was, I'll say it was less capable than the circuit rhythm. And I saw Cuckoo doing some videos with that. He actually really customized his. It was like visually customized graphic design stuff. He does a lot of artwork stuff. And I've actually, I've thought about that already with these. I'm like, maybe I'll make like a skin for these, because I also do artwork, and I'm thinking they'd be really cool to pretty up a little bit, you know what I mean? Make them, but at the same time, I'm not. It's hard to say. I'm the kind of guy who likes to look at things and think it would look cool this way, but then I'm also the kind of guy who thinks I don't want to ruin it. It's beautiful the way it is. Unless it's ugly the way it is, then I'd take a shot. But I like the way they look. So, missed what I said the last couple minutes. I have said. Wow, it's almost 3 hours. Electron devices are nice, but expensive, and I wouldn't buy one because I wouldn't use it. I don't think I'd use it. You know what? Honestly, though, I bought this rhythm thinking, it'll be cool for a separate little drum machine or whatever. And here I am now, dude, obsessed with the thing. It's like my new, best buddy type thing, whatever. I love it. And, I could totally see this thing being like here for the future, and I'm already thinking, man, I hope they come up with a pro circuit pro, because they got the circuit rhythm, circuit tracks. What would be next? Probably a circuit pro. Maybe we actually go with the full bore with it and give it the 64 trigger key treatment type thing, which is what like the Launchpad has. Maybe they make a Launchpad that is like a Launchpad Pro, where it's the circuit track, circuit rhythm in a Launchpad case type thing with, the knobs up top or whatever, and it's got all the bells and whistles. Oh man, there's just so many possibilities. I love technology so much. Anyway, yeah, but I don't know. But that's basically what I was saying, was like how much I think how much time has passed, and that I wouldn't. The Electron devices don't really, ring my bell per se for the cost and for the feature set. I don't know. I know that Bo Beats likes them. I know that I should say Digitech devices. Digitech is the company. Electron is the device. Bo Beats likes them. Cuckoo likes them. I think Andrew Wong likes them. I can't imagine too many people not liking them. But what I can tell you is that I feel like for the money, if I were going to spend that much money on a sampler, I would get the MPC. Because the MPC has a bigger base of users. I think it's more geared to what I'm doing. And if not the MPC, I would buy the machine, the Native Instruments standalone machine. Because that thing, I'm a little obsessed with that, but I just can't bring myself to spend $1,300 on it. It's going to be a while before I'll do something like that anyway, because I just had my main notebook computer, release the smoke from its chip. And once the smoke comes out of the chip, that's what makes them actually work. Once that gets out, they don't work anymore for some reason. I don't know. No way to get the smoke back in. So, it's gone. But, so I need to get myself a new notebook, and that's going to be a costly, situation. And I also am thinking about getting one of the newer iPads, but I'm probably going to wait another year or two on that. The iPad, I love the iPad, and mine it's decent enough. It's getting me through, and I don't feel like I'm really pushing it, so I don't think that it's really not necessary yet. I do wish, actually, if anyone from Apple ever listens to my stuff, I doubt it, but if they ever do, since they seem to be aiming now the new iMacs more slightly toward us musicians by putting an active headphone jack in there, and somewhat anyway. I mean, they're super fast machines, and this new sound speakers that are in there, they're supposed to be the best industry leading sound speakers, whatever. If Apple is listening and ever wants to win people over on the iPad side of the world, I would say that you should make an iPad Pro for musicians. And by that I mean we throw an earphone jack back in it, or maybe even throw in several audio jacks. Maybe, 2 stereo outs and 2 stereo ins. That would be beautiful. And maybe even throw on a couple extra MIDI ports so that we can hook up this device to a keyboard or something else, like a digital keyboard, piano type thing. Maybe control a couple synths from it. That would be amazing. Anyway, just saying, that would be cool, especially since we're touting the M1 processor and how awesome it is for all these things these days. That's your selling point. Processors are great, but you can have the best engine in the world if the car that it's in is a Pinto. It doesn't really mean much to me. So that's all. Someone perform with hardware oops, sorry, my mouth, my cursor's over. If they were DJs. Oh, I don't know her. I'll have to look. But we're with some. Yeah, dude, do that. Forward her to me. I'd love to check her out. There are a couple girls, mostly, actually, it's kind of interesting because there are a lot of women doing that kind of work. The crazy, lots of synth work, live shows. And it's funny because I see that and I see a bunch of guys, not for nothing, okay. I'm sure, I know David Guetta does work in the studio and he does production, whatever, and I know deadmau5 does his work in the studio and all that. But when they go live, oh, okay, I'll have to look her up. Definitely have to look her up. I feel like I know that name and I don't know why. But I guess I'll find out soon. Oh yeah, you see like someone like David Guetta, who's got the track already produced to death up there with him, and he's sitting there like doing this, fist pumping in the air and just turn one knob like his cutoff filter, and that's his whole show. And I'm like, and then you see these girls who are like up there with like 6 synthesizers all playing for real. Like the synths are all sequenced up and they're all playing. They're jumping from one synth to the other, playing this, playing that. Like you see Doll Trick do it, and you see Bad Snacks do it, and you see oh my gosh, I've seen so many girls who are doing that kind of like full. I can't think of her name, but she's a British girl and she's really talented. Oh, that's going to bother me that I can't think of her name. But yeah, super talented girl. And the first thing guys say when they see them are like, dang, she's hot. And I'm like, dude, okay, listen to the music, close your eyes, or keep your eyes open and watch what they're doing, because the amount of work this girl's putting out there to make this happen is insane. It is so good that this is, one slip up and that whole thing is going down. So I don't know. It's pretty impressive to me that they're able to pull that kind of thing off. But I would love to try that. But when I see like these guy DJs just going out there playing music, pumping their fist in the air and doing really nothing other than playing a record, don't get me wrong. DJing is not easy in a lot of ways, depending what you're doing. But when I see these guys who are going up there, let me rephrase that. Like, I think his name's it goes by I Need Rehab or something to that effect. My buddy Charlie owned a club back home, and that guy came in there, and I'm not trying to talk bad on the guy. I'm just saying, I'm sure he did the work to make it happen. But literally, when a DJ comes in, plugs a thumb drive in, and then walks away, it's kind of like, dude, what are you doing? Nobody, anyone can pop a CD in that has, or a thumb drive in that has all their music already done, and then just yell into a microphone every once in a while. It's why you even bothering to perform. It's not just being there. I feel like you should be doing more to get paid on site than just playing your music and being present. Yeah. Playing the edited stuff. That drives me nuts. And I'm like, here we were back in the day, and my buddy Charlie, Charlie K, if you're out there, man, if you hear this stream later on, props to you, my man. But Charlie and I'd be out there, and we'd be part of the Mass Pool. Mass Pool was a DJ pool, record pool in Massachusetts, because that's where I'm from. And DJ Manny, would be up there talking. He'd be like, you guys should be able to mix from anything. If someone brings you a tape, you should be able to mix from that cassette. You should be able to mix from CDs, records. I don't care if it's an MP3. I don't care what it is. And this MP3s just came on the scene, and people were like, what do we do? People are bringing us USB drives. And the USB drives were brand new and very expensive at the time, where they were bringing in CDs with MP3s on them. The problem then was we just didn't have the gear to play a lot of this stuff. It wasn't, but yeah. Yeah, they got paid, and exactly, they're getting like, $200,000 for, a show, or $250,000 for a show, doing nothing, and there are these other people who are out there busting their hump to do a show and making like, chicken scratch type thing. If you've heard of Kebu, Kebu, I don't know his actual first name. It's not Kebu though, but that's his, stage name, I'll say. Look him up. That guy, Kebu's my idol. I love Kebu. He literally stands there in the middle of 4 racks of keyboards. And when I say 4 racks of keyboards, I'm saying like each rack probably houses between 4 and 7 devices, drum machines, synthesizers, sequencers, everything. He's in the middle of all this and does his show live. Like, he's got some of it sequenced because, you know, he says, you know, some parts are sequenced. I am not an octopus. And yeah, you know, but I mean, but the dude, I think he's Danish or something, but he is astounding. Yeah, the other person's probably DJing and she's standing there looking pretty. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Maybe she's good. Maybe she's better than I'm giving her credit for. But it's funny because I'm like, yeah, it's good to have like a lot of money to back you up in whatever you do, so that you can be really good at what you do. You know what I mean? Have the team to support you and make you look better. I mean, then there are people like, if you know Eliza May, DJ Eliza May. She's a girl I know. I won't say very well, but pretty well. I've been supporting her career since the first time I heard of her, which was probably 3 years ago, and she was just getting going. Now she's doing a lot of travel blogging, you know, whatever on that. That's fine. It's what she enjoys. And apparently she's doing all right. So, you know, whatever. But she started out as a DJ, a scratch DJ, and man, that girl could scratch records, like live scratch records, like nobody's business. I was like, wow. Even like the tricks where she did it with her shoulder blades and craziness. She is just insane. Real good. I love her music. I think she's great. We've talked actually. I've actually physically talked to her on a couple of her broadcasts where I was on there and she either recognized me and brought me in or whatever. But yeah, she was real good. It says there are producers play great tracks, but they can't DJ mix. Yeah, that's also a situation. Is that sometimes you see people who couldn't DJ their way out of a paper bag, like what's his name there? This Luke something Luke. I can't think of his name. Laid Back Luke, that's it. Was doing a course on DJing. And I was blown away. This guy is amazing. Because I'm like, I've seen so many DJs who couldn't like DJ. Literally, they play their track and they stand up there and they pump their fist and they pretend. David Guetta did it himself. And I'm sure he's a good DJ. I'm sure he can DJ. But I saw him doing when they did... what's the name of that track he did that was on... It was on TV and it was... It was a duet. I can't think of what it was. I think Nicki Minaj and someone else were in it. Maybe Drake and Nicki Minaj or something. I can't think of the song. But, hey, what's up, Secret? Back for more. But, and he's up there, pumping his fist in the air like a madman. And literally, you see his arms, like, moving around the thing like super high speed. Like he's doing stuff. He's like... And I'm like, what are you even doing, David? Nothing is happening. You're doing stuff... But there's no audio difference. There's no change in the music. Your movements don't match up to the any of the tracks, you know, changes type thing. And I was like, whatever, man. Dave, I'm sure, I know he's good because I like his music. His production stuff is good. But you don't have to be a DJ to, you know, I mean, pretend to be a DJ, you know, to do your thing. Like, Deadmau5 hates DJs. He doesn't even like DJs, which I think is hilarious because I'm like, wow, dude, because they're the ones who like made you essentially. You might have made you music, but they're the ones who were out there playing it every day and bringing it to the crowds, you know. But, yeah, I don't know how he does it. Laid Back Luke is anything but laid back, apparently. That guy is like, he's the hottest working man in music. He's like the James Brown of EDM. You know, that's... Yeah, he's everywhere. I don't know how he does it. But, yeah, he's definitely one to look up to because he's good, man. He's real good. Yeah. That's maybe he's just got to keep moving for it to keep playing. It's like a system. It's kind of like like Dance Revolution, or he's jumping on foot pads back there, and to make it keep playing. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh man. Anyway, I better wrap this up because it's been over 3 hours, and I actually do have to do some stuff with my son today. He's got a project for school, so or something. I know he's got something that he wants me to work with him on. I think it's school related. But what's the deal with Deadmau5? Oh, just nothing. That he's a super talented producer, but as far as his, I don't know, I've watched his videos. I watched his video, the one he has on Masterclass there, and he's drawing his notes in with a mouse, and he's saying, if I could just play this on piano, but I can't. And I'm like, so you can't play piano? That's interesting. He draws all his music together. That's why it takes so long for him to make tracks, it seems. And his shows, he'll tell you. If you're there because you think you're going to hear a isotope. Hold on. Any thoughts on the loyalty upgrades for Isotope Suites deals ending on November 1st? I didn't even look at that. Actually, I'll take a look. I haven't looked at Isotope at all. But he'll tell you right in the video. He's like, if you're going to the concerts to hear better versions performed live of any of my songs, don't. He says the only reason to go to the festivals is to be part of the experience. And the experience is all the other people being there, jumping around, dancing, being crazy, and having a good time, As far as the music, he's like, the music I'm playing you is the exact same music that you would buy off of Apple Music Store, iTunes, or whatever, or Google Store or wherever you get it. It's the exact same track. It's not going to be any different. I'm just going to play the CD, basically. And every once in a while, he'll swear into the microphone or yell, or something will go very wrong technology-wise. There was one point where everything went kaplunk on him. I saw the video on iTunes, or sorry, on YouTube at one time. I can't remember what happened with that. I don't think he lost it, but I think for a second he was like, oh, come on. But of the people on stage, I will say, Deadmau5 has got the best understanding of his own technology that I've seen from a live show situation. When that went down, he went under under the booth, fixed it himself, it looked like, and got it all back up and running on his own without really anyone else. Someone else gave him something, ran up and gave him something, but he quickly fixed it himself. And I thought that was pretty damn impressive. So, I mean, I got to give him props for his technical skills, for his music production skills, especially considering that he says he can't play piano. If he can't play piano, he does a great job for a guy who can't actually play music. He just, understanding music is what he does, and writing it, even if he does it with a mouse, that's fine. I guess it's kind of interesting because there is a whole new generation of music creators who can't play instruments, honestly. They take little bits of loops and snippets of this and snippets of that and change the pitch and draw it in, and they're drawing lines and hitting up the cable guy's website and getting different tone generators and stuff that they run their sounds through, that do change filters and add noise and whatnot, and make a new track out of stuff that already is there. And it's pretty cool stuff. Yeah, man. I'm gonna check out the full track too after this. We're off the air here, off the air, like I'm on the radio or something. Anyway, I'm gonna rock and roll for now, and I will catch you all later on. If you didn't see the new video, check out the new video I put out earlier. It's about that same plugin. If anybody else is on here and checks us out, don't forget to subscribe, like the video. I appreciate you all. I do appreciate you guys for hanging out with me, especially, by the way. But and everybody else, thank you so much for tuning in. Have an awesome day. Be safe and have some family time today. It's Sunday, and try and make some music in between. All right, see y'all. Bye.